we are. We are doing the same thing, only now we are looking at LIFO and not FIFO. So LIFO is last in, first out. And we have the same scenario we're playing with. So let's just kind of go through this. Now remember, with LIFO, we're going to use the bottom layer of inventory, the last bought layer of inventory, rather than the first bought. So it starts out very similar to how the FIFO. We have 200 units at $10 in inventory. That establishes our inventory. Then we sell 150. Now, there's only one pile to take from, right? That's at 200 right here. So that's going to be 150 with a cost of $10. So my cost of goods or merchandise sold is $1,500. And I'm going to deduct from the 200 the 150 to come up with a quantity of 50 left in inventory at $10 each equals $500 in inventory. On the 14th, we then purchase 350. And we're going to put this under goods purchased, so it's 350 at 15, 52.50. Now the only thing I have to do is add that to inventory. So first of all, I have to keep this one separate because we still have it. So I have 50 at 10, and now I have 350 at 15. And I have a total inventory of 57.50. Now let's go down to the 15th, and we're going to sell. And we are selling 300 units. Is that right? Yeah. We're selling 300 units. And now, instead of going to the very first bought inventory we bought, we go to the very last inventory we bought. Last in, first out. So, we bought 300. We have 350 in this level. So, I've got 300 at 15, and my cost of goods sold is $4,500. Now, that takes care of one half of it. I have to take the 300 and subtract it from the 350 we had to come up with 50 at 15. I haven't sold the 50 at 10 yet, so that still has to be in there also. I now have 100, if I add these two together, in inventory at a cost of $1,250. So instead of going to the top, we now go to the bottom, the very latest that we bought. On July 30th, we bought 450 at 20. So that means I bring down this layer, and put it in the inventory, and then I add the new layer of 450 right here. So, and I end up with 10,250. On October 5th now, I'm going to sell 430 of them. Well, I have to go to the very last pile that I bought. It says I have 450 at 20. So that means I'm going to sell 430 at 20 for $8,600. Now I've got to recalculate my inventory. So I sold 430 of these, so I've got 20 left at 20. I haven't sold this 50 or this 50. So I have 50 at 15 and 50 at 10. That means I have $1,650 worth of inventory left. And then on October 26th, I buy 100 more. So I have 100 at 25. Now that means I've got to bring the three existing layers down, the 50, the 50, the 20, and their cost, and I'm going to add the 100. So now I have 100 at 25, or $2,500 that's been added. I have a total of $4,150 in inventory. And I have, it looks like 220 in stock. 50/50, 120 plus 100. And my cost of goods sold, or cost of merchandise sold, is 14,600. That's LIFO. So you can see LIFO takes from the bottom instead of at the top, because the bottom is the last thing that you bought. Okay, now we're going to switch and we're going to go to weighted average. So let's get this one wrapped up and then we'll do weighted average.